Welcome back, everyone. Listen, if your house has been cold and drafty this entire rough winter, well, you may have some issues that need to be addressed. So your next best call should be right here to Ivy Lee Construction. The Super Service Award winner, by the way, on Angie's list. Ivy Lee placed in the top 5% in all the U.S. for customer service. And this morning, President Mike Washington is back to talk about home performance with Energy Star. Insulation, windows, doors, how to fix those ice jams and oh my goodness, the icicles that we're seeing. All this with air sealing as well. So good morning. Nice to have you here.
Thanks for having us back. Glad to be here.
I'm seeing a lot of icicles. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about flooding now in their houses because things are just giving way with this nasty weather.
The ice dams are getting so severe, and we never had a January thaw-all.
No.
So the snow keeps coming. It's a vicious cycle that the furnaces and the boilers keep running in the homes day in and day out, day in and day out. Meltdown every day. We get a little sun. We'll have more meltdown today, and the ice dams keep building up larger and larger and larger. The problem is the water that it keeps running down has nowhere to go. So it's going to find any nook or cranny it can get it into your home. The problem is you don't want to get up on your roof. You don't want to start chopping ice. You'll put a hole in your roof. You can do a lot of damage to your roof. Number one, you could even get hurt because you're up high. So the idea really is to, before you get the ice dams, how do you control the ice? If your home looks like this, and you have large icicles and ice dams that are pushing up into the roof, the problem with this is heat loss. If we can control the heat loss, which is insulation, and the other air is air sealing to control the movement of air throughout the home.
Different kinds of insulation,
Different types of insulation. This is foam insulation. This is a two-part open cell foam. This is an unvented roof assembly. It's hard to tell in this picture, but these are actually rafters coming down. The whole roof system is insulated in this picture.
I love it. Okay.
Yep.
And sometimes you need cellulose.
Yeah, cellulose insulation. Now this is going to be a flat plane of an attic that the attic, the rafters are above here, and this is on the flat plane. We'll usually go up 16 to 18 inches of insulation settled down. We want that is going to give both qualities, the air sealing plus the insulation, and give you the R value to make sure that the insulation is properly installed.
All right, so we have cellulose, we have the blown in. And again, if you're seeing this, it's because there's not enough insulation up here. And so everything is running down, it's freezing, and it's staying right there. And this is nasty because it's pulling down your gutters and everything else and backing up the water underneath.
Yes, for sure. The water is literally backing up underneath the shingles and getting back to the wall. And this home actually has a decent overhang. It has like 12 or 14-inch overhang here. Now, as your overhang gets shorter, that water is going to get right into the wall, and it will show up sometimes in a two-story home and the first floor. Sometimes even in the basement you'll see the water, that there are pathways that the water will travel down. So then you get into mold issues, you get into drywall repair, you get into windows and doors that aren't operating properly. There's a lot that can go wrong.
And knocking off the icicles doesn't mean you're fixing the problem.
It doesn't, yeah, that doesn't really do much. It's good to knock down the icicles, but you got to be careful even when you're doing that so you don't get hurt or damage any part of your home. Again, this was a two-part project that we actually did cellulose on the flat plane. We did some two-part foam on the gable ends and also up the rafters here. These are areas that are very low sloped, and that where you have a ton of heat loss. This job is in the middle. From here back was also going to get foamed before the completion of this project.
Now, Mike, can you go in now and do this?
We can. We can go year-round to actually do the insulation work. The insulation work today will not stop. The ice dams are already formed. It will slow down how much the buildup continues to be. Again, larger icicles here, a lot of heat loss up top. Now this is a newer home, and this home was actually insulated fairly well, but you can see a lot of the planes that are just bare, and you don't see, you see shingles, you don't see snow in those areas. And again, you have 3-4 foot long icicles here, 5 foot long icicles. It's a heat loss issue. Go to the source. If you can control the heat loss in the house, you can't stop running your furnace. You got to run it. You got to stay warm. You got to keep the house warm. The snow is gonna melt some. You know, if you have 6 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches of icicles, that's normal. You're gonna just get off the sun, off the meltdown of the sun. But when you start getting 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, those icicles you've seen this year from the gutter all the way down to the ground, it's a heat loss issue.
And so when you're seeing the roof, this is an indicator of where you're losing the heat.
That's a great indicator.
It's melting the snow off the top of that roof.
Yeah, when you go out today, take a look on your street. Go right outside. You actually see homes that you'll actually see the rafters in them. You actually see the lines in the roofs, or you'll actually see bare roofs like this. There's a heat loss issue going on.
Okay.
Yeah, again, foam, spray foam, two-part foam. This was a full addition that got spray foamed. All the walls got done, and then also all the slopes, all the attic.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. All right.
This is an application from above when we're actually doing a roof. You'll see we've been doing this for years, that we'll have our ice shield that goes here, and you'll actually spray foam from the top down because we can't get from below.
All right, so listen, we're hoping to avoid all this. You need to call Mike right now, Ivy Lee Construction. You can go to ivyleeconstruction.com if you're wondering how you're going to pay for it. There's a myriad of ways to do that. There's grants, there's loans. In fact, if you meet them on Facebook, you'll even see some giveaway programs. There's veterans programs, up to $900 on your next home improvement, or take their popular 0% financing for 24 months. And Mike, hold up those tickets. Mike has 2 pairs of tickets to give away to the upcoming home show that's over at the Convention Center. It's here the 2 weekends, March 6th through the 8th and 13th through the 15th. If you're following me on Facebook, download the Messenger app and then enter the code phrase Ivy Lee, plus your name, address, and phone number. Code phrase for those again, Ivy Lee, and I'll call you after the show if you're one of our winners. Mike, you're going to be busy. Busy man.
This time of year, we are busy.
And good luck with the tickets, everybody. All right, give them a call, everybody. Call Ivy Lee today. There's their number, 875-8654 or ivyleeconstruction.com.